Kaiba wakes up in a hole in the wall, finding a locket with a blurry photo of a woman. He notices a circular hole in his chest and a small blasting gun nearby. He sees civilians having their memories forcibly taken. A man named Popo enters, surprised that Kaiba is awake, and asks if he's alright. A skunk appears, and Popo takes aim, but Paru rushes in and carries Kaiba away. They are chased through the underworld, and Kaiba wonders who he is. When a skunk gets close, Kaiba's gaze burns it. A masked attacker aims at them but is shot by another fighter. Haru tosses Kaiba onto a sludge-filled watermill. Kaiba sees humans trapping a skunk and searching its memories. A boy retrieves memory chips, trying to find his brothers. After testing several chips, the boy finds his real brother but jokes about not returning him. A spinning wheel of bodiless faces complains about losing privacy and freedom. Everyone leaves except Kaiba, who meets an old man eager to share adventures. The old man is soon pulled away. In a different place, two people discuss deleting data due to storage issues. One suggests using unclaimed chips, but the other refuses. A man tells a woman to wait, but she insists on leaving. He comments that her body and mind don't match. Kaiba sits, and someone returns a memory chip to Yansan. A horned girl moves a toy bird through Kaiba's chest and asks about the woman in his locket. Popo, now unarmed, meets Kaiba again and asks if he remembers him. He then explains the planet Lala, divided between rich and poor. They pass workers building a hot air balloon to cross the clouds. Popo explains they forget past attempts because the clouds erase memories. The king started collecting dead people's memories, worsening the rich-poor divide. Poor people's bodies are now hunted, explaining the skunks. Kaiba is attacked by a butterfly user and burns them with his gaze again. Popo helps Kaiba stow away on a ship, revealing Kaiba's name is Warp. Kaiba notices symbols matching his abdomen. In a bar, Popo introduces Kaiba to a woman helping him escape. The collector is shocked by Kaiba's mark and questions his body's origin. Popo hurries Kaiba onto the ship while distracting the collector. Parm helps Kaiba board. Popo reaches Kichi's room where the unconscious locket girl lies. Various colored hio-hios cover the walls. The collector tracks Kaiba to the terminal. He begs the captain to stop the ship, but they refuse and he chases after it. The collector tries to bribe his way onto the ship but fails. Haru knocks him back while a hio-hio flies in. Inside, Kaiba looks at the woman's picture in the locket. Popo and Kichi are in a room and one of the hio-hios is missing. Kichi whispers something inaudible. The Neron ship is introduced with an announcement assuring passengers of their safety and upcoming destinations. Parm instructs Kaiba to hide in a hippo body, then takes his original body and uses it for personal pleasure. In the luggage room, Kaiba meets Kochu, a stowaway with her boyfriend Butter. While exploring, Kaiba and Hio-Hio accidentally witness Parm's actions. Kochu introduces Butter and talks about her ideal future, revealing Kaiba's hippo body and Hio-Hio don't need food. Kochu finds her boyfriend using her to smuggle memory chips while looking for underwear. Kaiba and Hio-Hio learn from the news that a memory tank on planet Lala exploded, with Nero, who resembles the woman in Kaiba's locket, as the suspect. The ship's sheriff, Vanilla, creates a dirty doll resembling Chronoco's body and admires it. Kochu confronts Butter about the smuggled chips and stockings, suspecting infidelity. A crowd gathers as Butter struggles to hide the evidence. As they fight, memory chips and underwear scatter while Kaiba and Hio-Hio hide. Vanilla interrogates Butter and announces that smuggling memories is a felony. He demands tickets from Butter. To Kochu's shock, Butter have ticket. Vanilla pressures Butter to confess and bribe him, but two women urge him to execute Kochu instead. Vanilla shoots both Butter and Kochu, later realizing they hadn't converted their memories into chips. The crowd disperses, and Kaiba is pulled away. Investigators search the luggage room, while Vanilla secretly pockets some empty memory chips. Lost in pleasure, Parm ignores safety warnings. She has a flashback of her father abandoning her and chases him in vain. When she returns to reality, she sees Hio-Hio watching and insults him before exploding in green blood. A copy of Parm in Kaiba's body claims to be the original, but Vanilla argues that memory copies always kill their originals. Kaiba and Hio-Hio escape with a memory reader, while the luggage room investigation leads to multiple girls asking about Butter's whereabouts. Kaiba and Hio-Hio land land on the planet as news blames Isudan, a group against memory alteration, for the explosions. Vanilla reports recovering their escape pod while Isudan members appear on TV. Hiding from security, they meet Chronico, who helps them escape. She shares her dreams of traveling, but reveals she's selling her body to support her family. Chronico believes her memory chip will be sent home, but the doctor extracts her memories and discards them. Kaiba and Hio find her body while it sits on some trash before being delivered to a rich guy. Hio transfers Kaiba's memory into the body. Now, in Chronico's body, Kaiba struggles to adjust before being spotted by Vanilla. Chronico's aunt Negi unknowingly restores her forgotten memories as Kaiba explores her past, revealing her deep bond with Chronico. Negi remembers raising Chronico, struggling after her husband's death and sacrificing to care for her. As her memories return, she breaks down in grief. Meanwhile, body traffickers chase Kaiba, now in Chronico's form, but Vanilla rescues him. Using Vanilla's infatuation, Kaiba secures a place on his ship. Negi, overwhelmed by restored memories, plays the piano, recalling her love for Chronico. She mourns deeply, calling out for her sister and niece. Above the planet, Kaiba, now aboard Vanilla's ship, looks out the window. He then joins Vanilla for a meal. Landing on a new planet, Hio and Kaiba, still in Chronico's body, try to evade Vanilla by switching bodies. They meet an old woman who takes them to her lighthouse to help Kaiba. The old woman and her grandson fill the hole in Kaiba's body. The grandson suspects them, and when Kaiba can't pay, he believes they're after the family treasure. The grandson attacks Kaiba, but Vanilla arrives and knocks him out. Then, he suspects Kaiba and traps him in his memory bubble, chasing him through a maze of locked vaults. Hio knocks Vanilla out of the memory bubble and freezes him. The grandson's twin arrives, and they accuse Kaiba of being a thief. The twins use the memory reader on Grandma, seeking a lost treasure to escape the planet. They force Kaiba into her memories to find it. Inside, Grandma denies Grandpa's death, but younger versions of herself force her to remember. She finally accepts he's gone. Grandma recalls Grandpa falling while reaching for a rare flower. They reunite in her memories, and she willingly sinks into the past with him. Before disappearing, Grandma tells Kaiba the treasure is atop the lighthouse. In reality, the twins find only sentimental objects. Disappointed, the twins are left alone. Kaiba asks Vanilla to build a grave for Grandma. Beneath the graves, her favorite flowers bloom. Kaiba recalls a blurry memory of Nero and a phrase about the third hair on an ochiri. Meanwhile, the twins try to leave but die as stowaways. Workers find their bodies, assuming they couldn't adapt to life outside the lighthouse. They prepare to dispose of them as their ship heads to Abapa. In another planet, people choose bodies from menus like food, experiencing pleasure through screens. Vanilla marvels at food, then buys ice cream for Kaiba. Neon-bodied crowds cheer in stadiums and fashion shows. Kaiba spots a Nero lookalike, chases her, and realizes Nero's body is mass-produced. Kaiba loses Hio and sees the hippo body is taken by a machine. Baby offers him a ride to find the body, revealing a factory where artificial bodies are mass-produced. Baby admires Patch, the eccentric body designer who avoids socializing. People revere him but pretend not to notice him. Kaiba arrives at the factory where Patch rants about biotech misuse. He was betrayed, lost his patent, and now seeks revenge with cursed bodies. Patch collapses as his dog Quilt activates the production of his new designs. With no luck to find the hippo, Baby takes Kaiba to a facility where bodies are processed into food. Kaiba sees the hippo on the conveyor belt, but the belt is also full of recognizable people. Now with the hippo body lost, Baby hands Kaiba a business card, offering help in the future. Kaiba returns to find Vanilla still holding ice cream, now feverish. He takes him to rest while neon bodies flood the streets. Patch, disgusted by his own creations, alters his designs again, making them impractical. He reveals Quilt was created from dog corpses to save abandoned dogs. Patch and Quilt share a body connection. Kaiba investigates their past, discovering that Quilt is actually Patch's last assistant, who worked her whole life for him. Kaiba witnesses a video of Patch creating Quilt, using his own eyes to give her sight. Their bond is built on shared vision and purpose. Kaiba hears a sound. Quilt is fighting off thieves. One of them strikes her with a club. Kaiba runs out, shouting for them to stop. As they start their getaway car, Quilt trips a thief trying to get in and bites his leg. He hits her again. Kaiba calls out to her. Quilt lies motionless on the ground. Kaiba kneels over her, cradling her in his arms. The thieves escape. He pulls out the business card Baby gave him, still holding holding Quilt's body. Patch wakes up. Huh? Is it night already? It's pitch black, Quilt. Quilt's dissected body is on an operating table. Baby tells Kaiba, sorry, but we can't use the body anymore, but her memories are safe. Please save her, Kaiba please. We could use the gold rocks. I don't need gold, Baby replies. I gave those to him anyway. Patch has made me rich, so consider it my thanks. We'll repair Quilt carefully and rebuild Patch's lab too. It's partly my fault for leaving such valuable stuff in an obvious place. Besides, I'm a Patch fan. This is my chance to do something good for him. Patch, blind and lost, stumbles through the wilderness calling for Quilt. The thieves from earlier follow him. One barks like a dog, leading Patch toward them. The other raises a club and beats him. Patch's body, glitchy and discolored, lies on an operating table. Kaiba and Baby stand at the foot of it. Baby's voice distorts as it says, let's get started on repairing him, as a young woman's voice is heard. No, I'm a scientist. The brown-haired girl with glasses, who was once Patch's assistant, stands near his head. Let me repair him. I'll provide the facilities then, Baby responds. The girl takes Patch's hand in hers. Under a bright red sky, Kaiba and Baby enter a park. Nearby, Vanilla stumbles around with a flushed forehead. Kaiba rushes to him. Vanilla, what are you doing here? Sheepishly, Vanilla responds, I was wondering where you went. He collapses onto Kaiba as body advertisements play. They watch children playing in front of a towering statue at the park's center. Near the base, 3 circles form a triangle. At the top stands a statue of a man. He looks eerily similar to Kaiba's original body. Who is that? Kaiba asks. Baby answers, nobody knows. But the rumor says, that guy is Warp, the prince who rules this universe and controls memories. Kaiba looks up at the statue and says, Warp. Kaiba, in Chronico's body, feels unwell as Vanilla talks about their next stop, Lolo, home to the largest memory tank. Vanilla asks if Kaiba likes someone, but Kaiba, distracted, walks away. As the ship moves through the Ro River, voices speak about being bodiless. Another ship collides with theirs, but everyone ignores it. Kaiba rides her scooter to check and finds a muscular cyborg repairing it. An elderly couple, the ship's owners, take a picture. The couple discusses Lolo, once a graveyard of memories but now a base. The cyborg struggles to pick up a part, so Kaiba helps. When asked if he came for the attractions, the cyborg walks away. The wife notices a lone plant growing on the artificial planet and comments on its solitude. They ride a water slide, and the husband suggests the surveillance cameras may have upset the cyborg. At the memory tower, Kaiba searches for War but finds nothing. He sees the cyborg's shadow, while Hio finds Nero in the database. Feeling uneasy, Kaiba goes to the bathroom and then runs into the cyborg. The cyborg introduces herself as Gel. Kaiba asks why she switched bodies, but Gel says she never wanted to become a man. When asked for his name, Kaiba hesitates before answering Warp. Kaiba tells Gel the old couple wanted to thank her. When he asks why she came to this planet, she avoids the question. Kaiba rejoins the old couple. As the park closes, voices from the memory tank speak again, just like before. Outside the memory tank, Kaiba and Gel eat with the couple. The wife was a singer and her husband played music and managed her. The couple sings a song for Kaiba and Gel. Gel asks why Kaiba calls himself Warp. She explains Warp is the king who ruined the world, killed her parents, and even killed her once. As the song ends, the small plant enters and sucks the wife's memories. Gel cuts the siphon. Kaiba tries freezing it with his memory reader, but fails. Later, while Kaiba sleeps, Gel leans in for a kiss, but stops. She wonders if her feelings are truly her own. In the morning, Kaiba sees Vanilla supporting Gel, who collapsed. They charge Gel's body. Vanilla tells Kaiba about an incident and asks how he knows Gel. Kaiba insists she did nothing wrong. A sheriff named Babu reports a cyborg was seen at dawn. Vanilla defends Gel, but the officer says the cyborg was stolen. Kaiba secretly takes a copy of Gel's memories. Kaiba realizes Gel resembles the girl in his locket, but still can't remember her. The plant, which is called Kaiba, is consuming memories from the memory tank explosion. Popo and Nero appear. Nero says she destroyed Abipa's factories and Lolo's memory tank as Dada-sama ordered. Kaiba follows Vanilla across a strange oceanic planet. Vanilla is an ordinary man who accepts the world as it is, reflecting how many people avoid questioning society's structure. Unlike Kaiba, who reacts with horror to human cruelty, most people, like Vanilla, just try to get by. Vanilla takes Kaiba to the moon of Libra, a lonely place filled with memories of its past inhabitants. While reviewing Gel's copied memories, Kaiba sees a shocking image, himself holding a gun to Nero's head. This revelation shakes him, making him question his role in past events. He learns that Nero was transformed into a weapon to destroy the Soul Factory. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Babu, the leader of the police force, identifies Gel as a terrorist and considers Kaiba and Vanilla her accomplices, launching a relentless pursuit against them. Vanilla remains blissfully ignorant even when reality turns against him. He finds comfort in illusions until police arrive, forcing him into a desperate chase. Knowing there's no escape, he sacrifices himself by transferring Kaiba's and his mother's memories, ensuring their survival. In his final moments, he lies to reassure Chroniko, clinging to the idea that his love mattered. As his body is destroyed, his spirit embraces Chroniko's, leaving only remnants of their existence behind. A flashback of young Popo, Cheki, and Nero enjoying nippos is shown. They're clearly struggling with money and food, but Popo promises that one day, as king, he'll provide them with enough to live above the clouds. Cheki and Nero eagerly vow to support him. In the present, someone resembling Warp is showering when a robotic voice expresses concern. Annoyed, he snaps back, rejecting its care. The voice then reports that Isudan destroyed one of the memory tanks, an act carried out by Nero while in Gel's body. The king immediately orders a skunk attack on Isudan. Below the clouds, Isudan prepares to fight memory alterations. Dada-sama approaches Nero, praising her for destroying the tank. Popo then accuses someone of betrayal for switching bodies to save his sister and orders his execution. He tries to defend himself but is forcibly restrained and has his memories erased. Later, Popo and Nero bathe together. As a reward for destroying the memory tank, Popo gifts Nero a locket with her childhood picture. She then has a vision of playing with someone, but his face is obscured by Popo's silhouette. Their moment is interrupted when Cheki knocks, announcing his mother's arrival. Popo rushes out to find Sate and two men holding a broken robot. The robot fails to recognize Popo due to his changed appearance. He coldly denies that this is his mother, insisting she died long ago, and warns Sate never to play such a joke again. Meanwhile, the Collector and the king converse. The Collector questions if the king, despite ruling memories, has forgotten something. He recalls seeing a body identical to his in the past, but without a chip. He then hands the king a small statue featuring Warp's distinctive geometric pattern. The Collector presents the king with a collection of cloned Warp bodies gathered from around the world. He reveals that Warp's original body is immortal, and that a recently discovered one shares this trait. This means the current king is not the real Warp, but merely a copy. Furious, the king pulls a weapon on the Collector, leading to a violent struggle. In the chaos, Paru arrives and steals Warp's original body. The fight escalates and the Collector is ultimately killed. Shortly after, Popo arrives and learns the shocking truth about the king's false identity. Sate hands Popo his mother's memory chip, revealing that he does not support Dada-sama's methods, and there is a need for more extreme actions against the king. He offers to help Popo overthrow them. Popo goes to confront Dada-sama, but Dada-sama accuses him of lying about his mother and betraying them. He then attempts to erase Popo's memories. Before Dada-sama can act, Popo and his allies disarm him. To their astonishment, it is revealed that Dada-sama is not a single person, but a trio of clones, all derived from Warp. As Popo presses further, he uncovers a hidden sanctuary that Dada-sama has kept secret for 2,000 years. Inside, Popo discovers an ancient device showing a live image of a planet-sized Kaiba plant, a mysterious organism capable of devouring memories. King Warp is tending to his wounds while his robotic overseers press him about the wounds that he may have and that they are sensing there might be some blood. King Warp asks them to leave him alone. In response, they coldly announce that a new successor has been created, relieving him of any further burdens. Kaiba lies motionless as Hio and Kichi beside him, carefully restoring his lost memories to his body. Suddenly, Kichi notices Popo's forces closing in. He scrambles to halt the memory transfer, but before he can act, Sate arrives. Kichi questions if Sate is truly willing to go this far, betraying even his own brother, all for the affection of one man. Meanwhile, Popo receives a report. Kaiba's body is now in their grasp. Popo manipulates his followers with the illusion of purpose, using false idols to rally them into rebellion. He wants to eliminate the King Warp and also the real Immortal Warp. Meanwhile, Nero, now tasked with assassinating the real Warp, is confronted by her childhood friend Cheki, who questions how she became so ruthless. Cheki suspects that there might be memory alteration involved. When Cheki challenges Nero's actions, she risks her own life to prove a point. If Nero can justify sacrificing strangers, can she do the same him to a lifelong friend? The moment forces Nero to confront the personal cost of her choices, exposing the contradictions in her moral stance. Popo's subordinates freeze Checky and take her away. Warp's regime retaliates by massacring rebels, raising the question of whether violent resistance is justified. Popo stands in the secret room with Warp's clones, ordering them to arrange a meeting with King Warp and assassinate him. Nero reviews her memories and begins to question her past. She notices Popo's face has been implanted into some of her memories, which leads her to confront Checky again. Checky claims ignorance, seemingly with a tampered memory. Popo then arrives and tells Nero he's found Warp and that it's time for revenge. Nero recalls how her family was executed by Warp. Warp's clones meet with the King Warp and kill him. Meanwhile, Nero shows up wielding a deadly weapon while Kichi and Hio-Hio are tied up. She fires at the building where Warp is hiding, causing it to collapse and freeing Kichi and Hio-Hio. They try to stop Nero, but Popo's mental control over her proves too strong. After a brief fight, Nero and Warp come face to face. Kichi interrupts, revealing that the two of them once loved each other, but Popo ordered Nero's memories to be altered, replacing Warp's face with Popo's in her good memories. Although Warp was once a tyrant, he had changed because of Nero. Popo dismisses everything as lies, but Warp starts drawing pictures that stir Nero's buried memories. Kichi explains that after Nero's death, Kaiba reconstructed her body and transferred her mind into it without altering the bad memories related to Warp. Nero remembers her love for Kaiba and tries to embrace him, but at the last second, Popo's brainwashing kicks in and she shoots him. Devastated and unable to control herself, Nero cries, while Popo, pleased, heads toward the royal palace. Nero approaches Kaiba's body, and Kichi tells her that during the memory tampering, he stored an untouched version of her memories inside Hio-Hio's mind. In reality, they are one and the same. Kaiba is carelessly flying through the sky when he crashes into a building. Nero, who witnesses the accident, rushes to help. When Kaiba wakes up, he sees Nero, who introduces herself and assures him he's safe at the Isudan base. Kaiba, who has lost his memory, is soon visited by Popo, who is surprised by his survival. After Popo leaves, Kaiba explores the room and sees Popo commanding soldiers and Nero sparring. When Nero returns, she sees Kaiba's drawings and praises his memory. She then takes him outside and explains Isudan's mission to overthrow King Warp. At an Isudan gathering, Warp's clones grow suspicious of Kaiba and force him to undress. Upon spotting the king's mark on his body, they realize his true identity. Back in their room, Nero and Kaiba share drinks given by Dada-sama. As they joke and Kaiba takes photos, Nero names him Kaiba since he can't recall his name, referencing a mythical plant that consumes memories. She opens up about her loneliness and her deceased parents, believing she was never loved. Kaiba, who can access memories, assures her otherwise. Her parents did love her deeply. Later, everyone explores a mysterious place Kaiba uncovered during the crash. Kaiba gives Nero a photo he took of her, which she proudly wears. Suddenly, Warp's clones attack by dropping rocks. Kaiba uses his powers to hold them mid-air and saves Nero, exposing himself as Warp to Popo. Realizing the truth, Kaiba flees and seals the path behind him. Having regained his memories, Kaiba returns to his palace. He learns of corruption within his ranks and orders the execution of the guilty, declaring that no one is above justice. Isudan, seeking redemption after Warp's escape, assigns Nero a mission: poison Warp using their love. At the palace gates, Kaiba secretly sneaks Nero inside under his cloak to avoid security cameras. He warns her that being discovered could put her in danger. In a private room, Kaiba pours her a drink, and picking the poisoned one that she brought, before he can drink it, Nero grabs the glass and spills it, overwhelmed with guilt. She tries to kill herself, but Kaiba stops her. Security is alerted and surrounds them. Kaiba pretends to be in control, pointing a gun at her to calm the situation, but one guard shoots Nero, killing her. With no memory chip, her memories scatter through the air and exit via a vent. A robot collects her remains. Kaiba quickly recovers both her body and memories, creates a new body, and transfers her mind into it. Later, Kaiba and Nero sit on the palace roof. Kaiba shares his story. He and his brothers were 6 sons of the king by different mothers. A succession war broke out, and since Kaiba had a nearly invulnerable body, his own mother poisoned him. Though he miraculously survived and became king, he never understood her betrayal, suspecting a deal with another son. Determined to uncover the truth, Nero tries to leave the palace, but cameras prevent her. A bird named Paru helps her escape. In the security room, she finds valuable information and and takes Kaiba there. Before she can reveal anything, someone triggers an evacuation protocol, ejecting them from the palace. Kaiba protects Nero with a shield and falls unconscious. As they pass through the clouds, Kaiba loses his memory again. Nero, safe thanks to the shield, pulls him from the water. Popo finds them, hands Nero to Kichi, and takes Kaiba away. Popo and Sate head toward the ship, but are shocked to discover the entire underground city blanketed by a memory-erasing electric cloud spread by a skunk. Popo finds Checky and excitedly shares the news of Warp's death, but Checky reacts indifferently. Popo tells her she can now be queen and receive everything he once promised her as a child. Still, there's no emotional response. Sate reveals he erased Checky's memories to prevent her from becoming an obstacle to Popo's plans. Enraged, Popo attacks Sate and desperately tries to restore Checky's memories, but fails. The ship ascends. Popo celebrates next to her and vows to find a proper body for his mother, whose memory chip he's holding. But it slips from his hand and is destroyed in the ship's engines. Meanwhile, Nero sits sadly by Kaiba's side. Kichi explains that after Popo found them on the shore, he tried several times to kill Warp but failed. Now that Nero knows the whole truth, she has the option to upload Hio's memories into herself, but she refuses, saying she is no longer the same person. As she embraces Kaiba, he awakens and says he remembers everything. He vows to punish the one who stole his throne and rushes off. Nero insists she must tell Kaiba what she discovered about his mother and decides to follow him. Popo recalls his childhood when his mother could only afford one cheap nippo for him, pretending she wasn't hungry. Unable to pay for Popo's medical treatment, she sold her body. This led Popo to join Isudan, determined to take revenge on the world's injustices. At the palace, Sate hands the ship's control to Popo, who walks through the hall ecstatic. A clone informs him that the Kaiba plant is approaching the planet and will soon consume everything. Sate suggests using the giant fans across the planet to direct the memory-erasing clouds toward the plant and destroy it, but Popo proposes a different idea: do nothing. If the plant devours everyone, their memories will merge and true equality will be achieved. The others are shocked. One clone secretly orders the clouds to be released before Popo can act. Hio leads Nero and Kichi to where Paru died. They retrieve Paru's memories, but the fans suddenly activate and they must flee. Popo, manically convinced of his plan, celebrates to the point of madness. Sate, disturbed by Popo's state, erases his memory and declares she will no longer follow him. Immediately afterward, the Collector erases Sate's memories too. In his final moments, Sate remembers his childhood affection for Popo. As his and Popo's unconscious bodies lie together, clones cheer above them and reveal they have erased Popo's memories multiple times in the past. Fearing his rebellion, suddenly the fake King Warp arrives and erases the memory of the Collector. It's revealed he and the clones were working together all along, but Warp betrays them too, erasing their memories to ensure he is the only Warp that remains. Kichi reveals a robotic body he built to Nairo and Hio. As the fake Warp begins destroying all remaining Warp clones, Kichi races toward the palace in his new form. One clone is released from storage. The security system informs him that the real Warp has been missing for a while and tasks him with acting as king in the meantime. After finishing his duties, he returns to his pod. Later, after seeing the real king revive Nero, the clone leaves his pod again and alters his appearance to look like the king. He watches as the king and Nero enter the security room. He is the one who sent them to the underworld. In the present, the fake Warp confronts Kaiba. Kichi, Nero, and Hio arrive at the palace. When security forces show up, Kichi fights them off. Fake Warp snatches the ship's controller and uses it to attack Kaiba, then tries to escape. As Kaiba pursues him, Warp attempts to freeze him, but it doesn't work. Kaiba retaliates by forcefully injecting all the world's memories into Warp's mind, causing him intense suffering. This also begins damaging the planet, but Kaiba doesn't stop. Those who had lost their memories awaken and, sensing the planet's tremors, look toward the chaos. Nero helps them get to safety. Meanwhile, Kichi searches for ways to stop the fans that are spreading memory-erasing clouds to protect the people. Eventually, he sacrifices himself by jamming his body into the blades of the main fan, stopping all of them. Hio arrives to help, but Kichi is decapitated during the struggle. Still, Hio manages to catch Kichi's memories in her mouth at the last moment. Nero reaches Kaiba and Warp, but Kaiba, lost in hatred and sorrow, is destroying the planet. His mind and memories manifest around them, creating a child version of himself, a representation of his pain. This child wants to end all suffering by merging everyone into the Kaiba plant. Nero throws Kaiba's memory of his mother toward him, but the child tries to destroy it. Hio catches it in time. Nehru dives into Kaiba's memories to find something to calm him, but sees only darkness until she finds brighter ones and releases as many as she can. These memories remind Kaiba of his mother, but he still can't forgive her betrayal. Alone and frightened within his own mind, Kaiba finally calms down. Nero reaches him and hugs him, but the embrace reminds Kaiba of the moment his mother poisoned him. Nero explains, Kaiba's mother gave him a small dose of poison, only to keep him unconscious during the war between the heirs. She always loved him, even when the king turned her into an animal, she continued to care for him. She is in fact Paru. Kaiba refuses to believe it until Hio delivers his mother's memory to him. Free from his hatred, Kaiba collapses beside Nero. The child version of Kaiba demands Nero return the adult Kaiba, but she refuses. Enraged, the child shatters the space around them. As they fall, Kaiba regains control of himself. With his full strength, Kaiba destroys his dark self. He then releases all the stored memories of others and feeds them to the Kaiba plant. Using his power, he directs the memory-erasing clouds at the plant and destroys both it and the clouds. In the final moments, Hio reaches Kichi's old body and returns his memories to him.